Wait, this is the wrong preset. Hold on. Heyo everyone, Misha be barking here, and a very special hello to Papa Mutt and all his viewers over on Twitch. Apparently watching my videos during his Just Chatting streams has been a staple for him for a while now, and I wasn't aware until he commented on a fairly recent video and invited me to check out his stream. Since then, I've popped in from time to time, and every single time I have, it's been a lot of fun. He's got a wonderful community over there on Twitch and is just a really funny, charismatic dog. Be sure to check him out. That said, today's video is going to be going over some commonly used furry lingo. Much like with literally every community or interest, there's silly little words or phrases we've all conjured up to mean many different things. So today I thought it'd be fun to go over and explain some of those things for all of you. One of the earliest examples is glomping, and if you know what that means, you qualify for a senior discount. So without further ado, we've got a lot of words to go over, so let's dive on in. Starting off with the most broad word, what is a furry? A furry is someone who has a special interest or love for anthropomorphic animals, to put it simply. Now this can range from really liking those old Disney movies to being fully in the community. That being said, not everyone who enjoys furry media is a furry. If someone says they like furry stuff but personally doesn't vibe with the label, that's absolutely fine. Scaly is a term used to describe people with more reptile-based personas, such as snakes or lizards. Since those animals don't really have fur, people with those personas decided to come up with their own unique name to use for themselves. This is our first big meme of the video. This phrase gained notoriety back in January of 2021 after known f***wit and dingus Diesel Raccoon and the polar opposite of him, Star Raccoon, had the following interaction on Twitter. A coup was attempted to overthrow the government and install a dictator as the leader of this country. I like you deeply as a friend, and I'm going to choose to not even respond to that. Inflates you, making you big and round. Someone screenshotted these tweets and posted them to their own Twitter, and that got a ton of likes and retweets. Later in the year, after Rush Limbaugh's death, Diesel tagged Furfest, Anthrocon, and Texas Furry Fiesta, trying to get him banned from performing at these conventions, I guess? This was the first major event in this meme when everyone, I'm talking hundreds of people, replied to him with inflates you, making you big and round. That day would seal Diesel's fate, and he would end up seeing that same reply in nearly everything he would post. He still gets replies including this meme to this day, almost 2 whole years later. Hell, it got so big it showed up on Know Your Meme. You know, I'd almost feel bad for him if he wasn't just so awful. Speed round, baby! Furries use a lot of shortened phrases and words for different species, so here's some common ones. Yin is hyena, snep is snow leopard, rack is raccoon, and whatever you do not use the second half of that word as a short version of it that is literally a slur. Y is red panda, Durg is dragons, G-shep is German shepherds, and the cheese wedges are sergals, due to the shape of their head. Oh, and any computer pun is most likely referring to protogens. Normies are non-furries. Honestly, I kinda hate this term, as it just sounds so negative. I wish we could come up with a different term to use. It's why when discussing non-furries in videos, I call them just that, non-furries. Popufur is a way to refer to popular furries. Us furries sure do love our puns. This term has kinda gained a negative stigma recently, however, with most people using it to tear down creators or furries with followers when they do something dumb. Which, like, look me in the eyes. Don't do that. Bad people are gonna be bad people, audience or not. Stop throwing all furries with followers in the same box as those people when they do something shitty. That's not cool. All 3 of these terms refer to different suit types. A full suit is, well, a full fursuit. This includes arms, legs, hands, feet, body, head, and tail. A partial is what I have. Misha consists of a head, tail, arm sleeves, hands, or feet, but does not include a bodysuit. Rascal has even less, only being a head, tail, and hand paws. That being said, whenever I wear Misha or Rascal, most of the time I try and not show skin, covering the pieces of the suits I don't have with clothes. And this is the main difference between partialing and poodling. While partials still don't show skin, poodling does. Normally poodlers wear the head and maybe paws, not caring if their arms or legs are showing. Now some furry puritans will tell you that poodling is a sin and it's the worst thing to ever happen.
Well, poodling is like the worst thing I could actually imagine.
But honestly, poodling's just fine. It's your suit, wear it how you want. DTD stands for duct tape dummy. This is the horrific looking thing you send in when getting a suit. Basically, you wrap your whole body in duct tape, then cut it open, pack it, and send it to your maker. This is much more accurate than sending in measurements and will ensure your suit fits the best it can. These terms refer to the 2 common leg styles in fursuit. Plantigrade is your normal leg shape, just a couple of tubey boys, while digigrade follows the more animalistic shape of the real-life counterparts. AD stands for After Dark and refers to a page that is adults only due to containing sexual content. This can be either IRL nudes or drawings, but either way, minors stay the f*** away from these accounts. This is a silly little thing furries made up during the Furries vs. Gamer Wars of 2018-ish, I think? Anyway, it's basically a quote-unquote virus that spreads from furries, causing people to become furries later. If this is the case, then Denali, I am so sorry for making you a furry. Breaking the magic refers to when a furry takes off their suit in a public place, or poodles, essentially showing skin and breaking the immersion of the fursona being real. Now, I personally try not to break the magic when suiting, but I also like to be comfortable and will take Misha and Rascal off if need be. That being said, don't ever be afraid to break the magic. Choosing not to is my choice. There's no rules to suiting. Suit how you want, and if you feel the need to take your suit off, be it because you need some air or just bored of it, then by all means. Gray muzzles are the older members of the furry community. Now, the gray muzzle status is not a set number and seems to vary from person to person, and that number rises the older you get. When I was 22, I was like, gray muzzles are those in their 30s, but now that I'm 26, 40's sounding like a better number for that. Now, of course, being a gray muzzle is absolutely not a bad thing. I'm just not ready to admit I'm getting old. Out of curiosity, what's the gray muzzle age for you? Let me know in the comments. Close species are species of fursonas that you have to pay the creators to be able to use. Now, of course, there's no rules, and no one can theoretically stop you from making a close species, but it's very frowned upon. Now, my opinion is, if you've made a fully original species, such as primogens or teacup griffins, then sure, make it a close species, but if you've just combined two animals that already exist, then like, my guy, that's not a new species. You've just combined two animals and called it a day. Anyone could have done that. Speaking of primogens, this is actually how the much more popular protogen came to be. Primogens are a close species, so furries came up with a similar design for free and called them protogens. There are many furcons, and many of them are abbreviated in people's posts, names, and tags. So to wrap things up, let's go over the more popular convention abbreviations. MFF is for Midwest Fur Fest in Rosemont, Illinois. FWA is Furry Weekend Atlanta in, you guessed it, Atlanta, Georgia. AC is Anthrocon in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and is actually going on the weekend this video releases. Hi everyone. FC is Further Confusion in San Jose, California. BLFC is Biggest Little Furcon in the biggest little city of Reno, Nevada. A&E is Anthro New England in Boston, Massachusetts. FE is Fernal Equinox in Toronto, Ontario, over in Canada. CF is Confuzzled and is way over in Birmingham, UK. LVFC is a newer con and stands for Las Vegas FurCon in Las Vegas, Nevada. And lastly, A&W is Anthro Northwest in Seattle, Washington. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to write the conclusion. That's right, the library was closing and I had to leave. I guess this is the part where I could plug my OnlyFans.